This is how I was nearly scammed on Vinted. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Andri. Today's video is about how I was nearly scammed on Vinted. Thankfully, I realised before it was too late, but I thought I'd make the video in the hope that it might prevent one of you being scammed in the same way that I was nearly scammed. Okay, so I'm very new to Vinted, and I posted an item, a pair of trousers basically, and just to see how it all worked. I have many friends that use it. My daughter-in-law uses it all the time. So the day before, I had been asking her how it all worked, and she went through everything with me. Anyway, I took some photos of these trousers, I put them up, and they sold. Great, fantastic. So through the app, so I have the Vinted app, through the app I got notified that my item had been sold and could I post it. So I filled all my details out and I said to Rico, my husband, I said, I'm going to put in my credit card details and all of that as well. So this is within the app because Kelly, my daughter-in-law, had told me how to do all of that. So I put all of that in, I got the parcel ready, sent it off, all fine. And I thought, oh, that was all easy enough. I'm going to post another couple of items on as that one sold. I don't like to post too many things on just so I can keep track of what I've got up for sale, but it's very easy. Vinted make it extremely easy. Anyway, I put up another 2 items, and then not long after I put these items up, I got a message through the Vinted app by somebody. Now, I should have been alerted straight away because it wasn't a proper name. It was letters and numbers. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly what it was and who they were on Vinted. Okay, let's go onto my Vinted app. Let's go onto my messages. There we go. It is by BYZGVR. And this is the message I got. Now, this is through Vinted. And it says, hello, found your listing for an item, M&S black and white wool skirt, UK 10, that I'm quite eager to buy. However, given the abundance of deceptive advertisements online, I want to verify that you are a genuine seller. Would you be able to send a picture of the item to, and she gives me this email, she, he, whoever, gives me the email address. I just want to ensure that everything is legitimate before proceeding, and I'm hopeful we can both have a positive experience with this transaction. Thank you for your cooperation. That is the email right there. So I then go on to reply, thank you for contacting me, and I can assure you that I am a genuine seller and will forward the pictures. That was my mistake. That was the biggest mistake I made. So I went onto the email that this person gave me and I forwarded more pictures to prove that I am a genuine seller. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that because that gave them my email address. But, so here's where I realised that something was wrong. So the email that I use for Vinted is a different email that I use to correspond with this person. Okay, so any emails I get from Vinted, I know it's that email, and any emails I get from anyone else, I know it's from my other email. Thank goodness. Okay, so I forwarded the pictures, and then I receive an email saying from this Annabelle, replying to my email saying, Annabelle Smith, reference Vinted M&S skirt. Thank you very much for the photo. You have a great product. I go to make a purchase and within 10 minutes you should receive a notification from Vinted to your email. Thanks again for your help. It may happen that the email goes to spam, but it is rare. Okay, now I shouldn't get, although you do get emails from Vinted, you also get notified by the Vinted app, which I didn't get notified that this item was being sold by the Vinted app. But I did get an email. Now, bearing in mind, Vinted have one email address and this person has a different email address. So yes, I do then receive what looked like an email address from Vinted, okay? But not to the email address that it should have come if it was coming from Vinted. Okay, are you with me? Are you with me on this one? I know it gets a little complicated. Okay, and let me show you the email. Okay. So, it says here, Vinted Teams, it comes up as Vinted Teams something, okay? Honestly, it looks so real. So it says, our team has secured a purchase for you. But I've not had anything come up on my Vinted app. But I got this email on the email that I shouldn't be getting it from if it was from Vinted, okay? And look how official it looks. So then it says, the client has completed all the necessary steps to purchase your product. Now we are waiting for your confirmation and believe this transaction will lead to a positive result for both sides. Next step. So you press next step. And what comes up is the item. I mean, honestly, they've got it down to a T. And you're like, oh, yep, that's my item. And it says Vinted up the top. Honestly, people. So then, and it gives you all the details, M&S black and white wool skirt, blah, 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 blah. Very official. And then it says get funds, which is not how it happens if you actually sell an item. What you would get is to download the address that it's going to go to and all of that Vinted give you all of that. So when it says get funds, you go on to that, look, and it asks for you to put in your credit card details. I actually got this far and I looked at it and I was like, this is definitely a scam, because one, this is not the email it should be coming to. Two, Vinted already have my card details. So why am I needing to put my card details in here? Do you see how the scam is? I would have put in everything. I mean, everything about my card number, expiry date, your CVV, CVC number, all of that, and I would have been done. Well and truly done. So people, that's how the scammers worked, and I'm so glad I have two different email addresses, and I'm so glad I did that. So I that's how I tend to work. If I email somebody, I tend to use a different email address to one that I use with people that are corresponding with me. So, and it's so well done, and it's, I think somebody could so easily get scammed doing that. So always bear in mind, if you have sold an item, it will be in the Vinted app. There was nothing in my Vinted app that said that I had sold the item. And yes, Vinted do email you with everything that is happening, but it's also always in the app. So people, be careful of being scammed out there. I mean, there's various other ways of how people get scammed. I would also suggest that when you are packing things, especially more expensive things, you know, the trousers that I had sold were a £5. Do you know what I mean? But if you're selling something designer, because there is lots of designer things there as well, I would film yourself packing the item with proving date, time, weight, all of that. Make sure you have proof, because that's the other way that people are scamming on Vinted. You know, they say that what they received wasn't the actual item that was advertised and things like that. So be aware, there are people out there that are scamming you, even with an app so well organized like Vinted. There's always a way around things, so be very careful, people. Okay, that's my quick video on how I nearly got scammed on Vinted, and thankfully I didn't. But yeah, I hope this video helps somebody out there. I did try and get in touch with Vinted just to make them aware of this person. I couldn't work it out. The options I was given to make a complaint weren't about this, it was about somebody that had already been scammed. I hadn't, because I didn't fall for the scam. I don't know if there's any other way of making Vinted aware of that actual scam, but anyway, that's my little video, and thank you very much for watching. As always, I always link a video here and a video here, and I leave the A here if you would like to subscribe to my little channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!